Hey, welcome to Calgary Basement Sessions. I'm Ben Price.
And I'm Ben Montgomery.
And today we're talking to I Am the Mountain. I Am the Mountain is everywhere, from bars to cafes to caught in your brain as you try to fall asleep. Beginning as a folk project of singer-songwriter Colton O'Reilly, the late-night campfire soul songs that once whispered between the pines in Kananaskis have echoed through almost every music-friendly space in Calgary. The horn-accented songs of I Am the Mountain are the most pleasant and reliable in the city, with a maelstrom of eclectic indie. As the band grew into a full ensemble, the heart-on-sleeve earnestness of their early folk songs have morphed into luxurious, still-life songs that bring bodies together with smart drumming and scintillating, sparkly guitar work. Their signature song is Motorcycles, a freewheeling number about swimming out from under social confines and letting your loved ones stay free on their own terms. The floating bass and fluttering horns circle around each other, sinking back for the sing-along chorus like a warm hug from an old friend.
Would you mind if I joined you? Feeling lost with space and time, dying to be found. Well, if you find yourself, please let me know. You can take the summer off and turn your life around. Feeling lost with space and time, dying to be found. Well, if you find yourself, please let me know. Nobody knows wherever you've been. Nobody knows. Nobody cares where you have been. Well, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody's listening to you when you talk. Nobody's listening anymore. Nobody's listening at all. But I'm here listening to you.
song called We're Here for Each Other. And we're I Am the Mountain. Thanks for having us on the Basement Sessions podcast.
Wow, guys, that was beautiful.
Thanks.
I'm really excited about this interview specifically because I love horns.
Oh, we love horns.
We love a good horn section.
Yeah, we
Love
do.
a good horn. Who doesn't?
You got
Right.
the right band then.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially horn players that have T-shirts like that. That's what we love. That's what we love.
Keith is known for his t-shirts.
I have a different shirt for every
Every occasion, truly. Oh yes.
Have you got a different animal in each shirt as well?
Different
basically
animals.
cats.
Basically
Mostly
cats.
cats, elephants,
He's
dogs.
got a lion. No. He's got the lion. The lion. Like it's. What would you? Is it just like?
That's just a big cat.
It's like my thing, you know. It's like my
Keith has the psychedelic critters.
Yeah.
It's his signature. It's great.
dressed up classy. Everyone's wearing suits. I got my cat.
He's got
Nice.
the psychedelic critters.
It must be a keyboardist thing, man, because I know so many keyboard players that love cats.
Well, I think Keith is actually technically allergic to cats.
It's true.
So-
Channel my inner feline.
So you're enjoying them vicariously through psychedelic attire.
I'm a bit of a cat person. For sure.
We also we have like band cats. We have little kittens in picture frames that we bring with us as like power animals.
Oh,
You've just flattened out a lot of kittens
So
and put them in
we're
between
gonna show
picture
it to the
frames,
camera. I
or
know that our listeners here won't be able to see it, but we've got kittens in a picture frame
oh yes,
that we use as inspiration.
Yep.
right up close,
Oh.
lovely.
oh, beautiful.
So
That's the most
I
'90s
don't
thing
wanna
I've
speak
ever
for the rest
seen.
of the band, but we definitely love cats here,
We're,
despite allergies.
we're more of dog people. We have 3 dogs in the house. Actually, 2 dogs in the house. Yeah, we're more
Dogs
dog
are
people.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I love dogs. Dogs
Okay.
are loyal. Dogs are smart. Dogs will like save you from a fire and call 911. They're great.
But you never hear, what a good jazz dog. You say, look at those jazz cats.
That's true. That officially, that confirms it. Cats are better.
Cats are because
Cats are
they're
better.
in the musical lingo,
You've
right?
proved
So-
us wrong. You've
settled.
proved us wrong for sure. Awesome. Right. So, guys, tell us about your single. You got a single out, Denigrade.
Oh yeah, thanks so much for mentioning that. Man, what a crazy song. Yeah, it's called Denigrate, which basically means you're kind of putting yourself down. You're being too hard on yourself. So try not to do that. You're doing all right. If you're making art, you're doing okay. And the song, it took us about a year to record it, which is crazy for like one song. Some people can record a song in a day. It took our band a year. So after all the process of recording it, making videos, getting the album art, mastering it, every single step that goes along with it, it was almost a full year.
Wow.
And it's out now, so you can listen to it on Spotify, Bandcamp, anywhere, and we're really proud of the song.
And you've made,
Absolutely. I think sorry, not to interrupt, but I think it bears to mention that the reason why it took so long, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with the music industry and the process, it's not necessarily quite so simple as plugging your instrument into an amplifier, hitting record on something and going. It can be.
We found that out.
A lot of the process was done on our own initiative with our own equipment in our basement. We had a lot of people helping us out, like 2 people to mention are gents by the name of Eric Jesse and Pat Pilardi. They were invaluable in having it happen. And I think a lot of it was just us figuring out our process, figuring out our recording process, figuring out our release and promotional process, because we want to be a lot more self-sufficient with our musical creation. A lot of people nowadays have access to recording software and hardware that would have been unfathomable not even 20 years ago. So we're in our basement right now. We have this studio set up and we want to take advantage of it. So Denigrate was the song that was like, okay, let's try and do as much of this ourselves as we can and try and become a little bit more independent moving forward. And the reason it took so long is because we just had to figure out how to do that adequately.
We're always learning.
That's true.
oh yeah, no, that's really really great, guys. That's fantastic. So Pat, you mentioned Pat and Jesse. Are these producer friends of yours, or are these other musicians?
That one we couldn't really make out. I don't know what you said there.
What? Please repeat that.
Pat, you mentioned Pat and Jesse. Are these producer friends of yours, or are these like musician friends of yours?
So thanks for asking. Those two names Jesse mentioned are literally really two special dudes in the music scene and just in general. So the first guy, Eric, his name's Eric Jesse. He kind of came into our basement, helped us record, kind of, helped us produce a little bit too. And he actually he does sound all over the city, and he has done sound for our band like more times than we can count. So when we show up to a gig, there's like a good percentage it's going to be Eric.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky.
If we're lucky, and he always makes us sound
And when
phenomenal.
it's him, we're just like, oh man, you know our whole set and all our songs and our sound, and you've recorded us, so this is like perfect.
When we get to the level where we can bring our own sound guy with us, it's going to be Eric.
Eric's the dude
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Pat, on the other hand, is maybe quote unquote more established. Like he's a bit older, has like a recording studio of his own. So we wanted to work with him as well. And him and Eric are pals. Like they collaborate on tons of stuff. So just both really intelligent, kind people that we just wanted to have a part of our band in some way.
That's great. That's great. You're very lucky to have guys like that and that are sort of like extra members of your band, you know?
For sure, yeah. Like Eric is, we feel that, right? When we go to the live show, which is like our main thing, right? We love playing live. And so when we can have our best sound live from someone that knows us, it's like, there's no better, that's like the nicest thing at a show.
Yeah.
Like the stress level goes so far down. We can just kick back. We're like, we all know everything. So he is like he's our 7th member. And I know we only have 4 right now, but 2 other members are quarantined at home. Jason, Rob's brother, he's our guitarist. He's at home. So hi to Jason. And then Dylan, he's our other horn player. So you're missing one of the 2 horns. He plays trombone, but he's also at his house. So we're lucky we all live together. We can keep jamming and practicing and doing podcasts.
That's awesome.
And they are phenomenal musicians.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely astounding.
Oh, that goes without saying. If they're hanging with us, obviously.
They're cool.
Of course they are. So tell us about the music video for Denigrade. I watched it 2 days ago and I watched it this morning as well. Tell us about the process of making that music video.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks. Actually, it's only the preview is online right now.
Yeah.
It's not like the full length thing. So, so actually, this is a funny, I'll try and make this as succinct as possible. But a year ago when we started recording the song, we got our friend Brendan Kane to come into our basement and kind of record some live shots of us playing it and recording it, like the whole process. He has a company called Welcome to the West. And so the whole process, right? We don't need to talk about the whole year, but it just all the stuff happening. When Brendan and I connected again, we wanted to continue making the video. We wanted to add more to it, some mountain scenes and whatnot. So we went out to the Kananaskis Mountains, Spray Lakes actually, and we did some filming. And we just got some really good like blizzard shots and some nice mountain shots, and it just really kind of captures like the Alberta landscape, which I think is kind of a beautiful, special thing that we get to show off here. So I like that that's part of the music video. And this is a bit of a sneak preview, but when it comes out, we kind of found that the band shots didn't really fit as well. So it just ended up being mountain shots. So it kind of changed a lot. The whole process changed over the year, right? Like the old footage maybe didn't line up as well, all that kind of stuff. But the making of the video was like kind of jagged in 2 different spots, but I think it came together. I think like we watched it, it looks really, really great. The song fits it. And it's kind of like, we kind of talked about this as a band. This is our first release of like our own. That's kind of, our last EP was great and all, but we were trying to like really, like Jesse said, find the rhythm, find our like way of doing things as a band. And so this song was kind of that first really full band project. And it was tough. Like there was a lot of challenges, but we also have a great song and an awesome video to show for it too. So even through all the struggles, it was great to just put it out there and get something done. But we're already planning on the next project.
Can I say something about the song quick? Yeah. So one thing about Denigrade is it's absolutely so much fun
to play live, and of course, like our recorded music is more streamlined and a bit more chilled out, but our live shows are bonkers, off the wall. Yeah. And you hear this kind of pause once or twice in the tune, but when we play it live, like we'll milk it. We'll like wait, and look around, and then boom, and then we like knock.
Shirts go flying, bodies are everywhere. You can't tell whose limb is whose. It's wild.
I think one thing that defines us as a band is the dynamic moments, like being soft and simple and sweet, and then good and huge and just blown up.
Yeah, you're just like reading the crowd, aren't you? You know, just reading the crowd and seeing how they react.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's
and
fantastic.
The venue and just a lot of variables for sure, but we like to have fun with our sets.
To make it topical, like I love how much not just the music industry, but any sort of performative art or interactive social event has embraced live streaming. I think that sociologically, you're going to be able to look at this and say that this was like the instigating factor in a lot of people moving a lot of their production online. But you can attest to this too, and everybody listening can attest to this. It's missing that human element. Playing live, it becomes this interactive experience that just cannot be replicated through a camera and a microphone, right? You need to actually like feel the other people in the room. As you said, you read the room, you read the crowd, and songs take on a life of their own that you cannot be replicated in that environment. So like super grateful to have all this technology at our disposal, but
well, and interesting, this time it forces you to learn new things. Like we have learned so many new skills. Our drummer Robin over here. Round of applause for Robin.
Rob is the MVP right here. He's getting this working.
Yeah, I love your drum kit, by the way, Rob.
Yeah, he knows how to do so many things, like technological, like hooking up all of our instruments into the board through Skype, like all, and you know, I can't even. There's so much more that goes on with it. So those kind of skills, like learning how to live stream properly with high def cameras and audio and all that stuff, right? Is like new skills. The one thing I don't mind about not playing live is the forced applause. I actually love that we can finish the song and just be like, hey,
that was good. Yeah, let's move on.
Not carrying our gear everywhere.
And not carrying gear everywhere.
Yes, I hear that.
Coming from the drummer, right?
Yeah.
I hear that. I'm a drummer as well, and oh my god, carrying all that cymbals especially. Like I've got 5 or 6 cymbals, and they're so heavy. Oh my god.
You get a workout every time you play a show, though, right? So come on.
Another thing is, and Rob has such a nice drum kit that all the other bands always want to use our kit. So I think Rob might want to say a thing or two about his kit.
Yeah,
but, I think it's the only kit of its kind from the company in all of Canada. Is that right, Rob?
Yeah, it's a custom kit.
Can you hear him right
we
now?
can hear you.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a custom kit from a small company in Slovenia, and it's the only one in North America.
Amazing.
Wow.
What's the name of the company?
What's the make?
They're Manic Drums.
Manic
What's
drums.
the-
Manic drums.
Manic.
It is beautiful.
Wow.
As the bassist, I have to say that this is one of the nicest kits I've ever heard.
Zenyatta.
It's a joy to play with.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It looks really, really nice. Well, that's one of the first things.
Way to go, Slovenia.
Yeah. That's one of the first things I saw as being a drummer myself. When I saw pictures of the band, I was like, oh, that drum kit. Oh. Yeah,
Rob's got good style.
he does. Yeah,
You should see his shoe collection.
Oh,
They all still have the tags on them.
that's awesome. So you had a good year last year, 2019. You played Calgary Folk Fest. You went on a Western Canadian tour as well. You also supported the Dudes at their annual Christmas party.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah,
Tell us
man.
about that show.
Thanks
Tell us
for
about that
mentioning
show.
all those.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're kind of like the big rock stars in the city, and it was a huge honor to open for them. It was super fun and just a rowdy time.
We played at a venue called the Palace Theatre. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Palace Theatre, it's an old converted theatre on Stephen Avenue in downtown Calgary that has become like one of the better live music venues in the city. And yeah, the Dudes hold an annual Christmas party, and we were invited to open for them. Wow. And we brought the rock show. Like we can do everything from an intimate cafe folk show to like a large venue rock show, and it was a lot of fun.
Let them know about a secret cover.
Oh.
Well, I had the one cover I really wanted to play, kind of like burning down in my heart. You know those like, what is it called? Like when people like Britney Spears and
guilty
stuff.
pleasure?
Oh yeah, guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
My guilty pleasure is War Pigs by Black Sabbath.
There's nothing to be ashamed of with
Yes,
that.
love it.
And we rocked it.
So we did a really cool cover of War Pigs, and I think people were kind of shocked. So that show was kind of like one of our biggest venue shows in the city. And you know, last summer, we worked really hard on planning a tour with our really good pal Bennett from a band called John Lost and the Cause. Mm-hmm. So we toured around Western Canada, went to Saskatchewan, Regina, Vancouver, all in there. We played probably about like 15 shows, maybe a few less. We tried to like document the whole thing. We had shows in basements. We had shows like beside a pool. We had shows in cafes. Like it was kind of all over the place, and it was so much fun. Awesome. And we kind of planned this whole tour out so that we would finish the tour and back in Calgary for the Folk Fest. And man, that was a dream come true. Yeah, absolutely.
The tour was not without challenges.
Oh God.
Yeah,
man. How long do you guys have to podcast this? Like,
we've
like 4 hours?
We've got all day.
Okay, I'm gonna vent for a bit. So I bought a 1978 GMC RV. Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Like most beautiful piece of machinery you ever saw. We Rob and I spent like so many hours like fortifying the walls because they were falling apart, and just like getting all the RV ready to go.
Replace the engine and everything.
Yeah, it was mint. It was running so well. Would start right away. Didn't even need to pump the gas. And then we went out to one of our favorite music festivals, Frog Fest. Had a great time. Celebrated. We got to play with John Lost. And so that was kind of our kickoff show, like Frog Fest, we're kicking it off. Then we head to Edmonton. Literally on our way to Edmonton towards our first show, our back right 2 tires of our RV blow out.
Oh no.
Go soaring across the highways. The RV awning blows off, crash down. So everyone was okay. The RV was totaled.
One of the wheels went across to the other side of the road, hit a Jeep windshield.
No, it did not.
Oh,
it did not.
We're getting stories confused here. A metal piece hit a Jeep. Tire narrowly missed cars.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Anyways, the tow truck came and picked us up and literally dropped us off at the bar.
We rolled up to a venue via tow truck.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Hopped up on the RV, which was on the truck, illegal. Grabbed our gear. Went to the venue, played the show still. It was amazing. And
it was one of the better shows of tour too. We got the sympathy vote with that one.
They tossed us $100 because they heard our RV broke down. And then the next day we just planned getting rental vehicles. We went to the shop where it was.
Yeah.
Pick and pull.
Paid for it all. So expensive. Got it all sorted out, and then we had a much safer vehicle for the rest of
I have to say, the novelty of Irene the RV, unparalleled.
Yeah.
The peace of mind with the tour van, the brand new Ford tour van. I would take that over Irene. I'm so sorry.
So you try and have a fun adventure, and then
your wheels blow out.
Your wheels blow out. Yeah. Oh my God. I remember I went on tour in the UK, and we were driving through the night from London to Glasgow. And our driver at the time...
That's 8 hours?
Yeah, it's 8-9 hours, something like that. It's not that far. And our driver, Graham, at the time, who's the nicest guy ever, would do anything for anyone, he fell asleep at the wheel.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Thank the Lord that someone was in the front with him and realised he was veering off to the side and was onto oncoming traffic and was like, Graham, wake up! Oh God. And then that woke all of us up because the van was oh God. One of the scariest moments of tour for sure.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's the danger. Again, for those of you who aren't musicians who are listening, it's not that it's not glamour. It's not glamorous all the time, but a reality of tour life is going from city to city, venue to venue, and a lot of times you're on a very strict schedule, and that often means driving overnight, being fatigued all the time, and stuff like that happens. I don't know if you're familiar with a band by the name of Hers.
Hers? No, I'm not. No.
They were out I don't want to do them any disrespect. I'm not going to say where they're from because I'm going to get it wrong. But anyway, they're a duo, drummer and bassist, and they were on tour with their tour manager, and they were touring in California, and they went off the road, and all three of them died. And they were like a fairly popular band, and just like living their life, doing their thing, just trying to be as authentic with their art as they can, and they end up dying as a result of just having the schedule and like a split second.
Yep.
Everything changed, and that's just the reality. Like a lot of people don't seem to think that like being a musician is dangerous. It's not as dangerous as some occupations, but that is a hazard of it. And
Even driving home late at 4 a.m. from
after a show.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
anything. You know?
Yeah.
So like it's important to take care of yourself, and that means like making sure that you're able to get rest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you can burn the candle at both ends all you want, but it'll catch up with you. So
Especially like musicians and wedding bands as well. You know, when you finish a wedding at like midnight or 1 in the
so
morning,
early,
and then
yeah.
you need to drive home after you've finished playing, pack your car and drive home as well. You know, and then it's maybe 3 hours to get home, and you're driving through the night, and yeah, it gets very, very
It's usually
dangerous.
out of town weddings too.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's as often as you'd like to think that you're not imbibing as well, like alcohol is going to be present too, and that's another factor, right? That some people you can just there's so many things that go into it. So I mean, take care of yourselves, people. That's the moral of the story.
Exactly. Take care of yourselves. Eat healthily on tour as well. There's nothing worse than a musician that gets sick on tour.
Oh, it's almost guaranteed to happen if you don't take care of yourself. So yeah.
Yeah, fortunately we had like lots of family and friends along the way, so
MVPs.
we got to stay in a lot of basements. Even like the stranger who booked us in Vancouver was like, "Yeah, sleep in my basement." And we were like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing."
Barbecues and food galore. It's great.
We did have one night where we wanted to beat the rush of the line on the ferry, and we like 6 of us slept in this like Sprinter van. And I don't know if you've ever been in a van for like 5 hours with like 6 dudes breathing.
Yes.
It's crazy how hot and like moist it gets.
And the reason why we wanted to beat the lineup is because it's kind of
The
random.
schedule.
And
Well, the schedule.
you could actually
There it is.
miss
the ferry.
the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
could literally not get onto the island that day. So we had to. It was like, we need to get on this line. We have to be at the front. So.
And overall, I think the tour was like a great success. We made a lot of connections, and then like ending it off with the Folk Fest, getting to play for like, our hometown, and all of our friends and family. That was our biggest show by far. And like Folk Fest was the goal. Like that was that's like a goal of any Calgary band. I think that's one of our biggest music festivals, and so to get that was a huge honor, and it just like it made us feel really proud of ourselves.
It's affirming, right? Like when you play something like that, you feel like what you're doing is it's somehow worth something, right? Not that you need to necessarily place your value on your accomplishments. You are not your accomplishments, but at the same time, like getting that sort of affirmation is so motivating and rewarding. Like being able to play in the same league as all of those musicians,
stage,
right? The same stage, like getting to literally play on stage with people that have like won Grammys and like have like millions of fans, and we're not to say that we're on the same level of them, but for a moment, you know, we're like you're there, and it makes you feel like anything is possible. So like
very fortunate we got to play last year.
Yeah,
Yes.
before
Yes.
all of this went down. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you now, like after like COVID is done, we really want you guys in our basement doing live sessions for sure.
We missed half of that. Would you mind repeating that?
I said after like after all this nonsense is done, we really want you guys in our basement for sure doing some live sessions because we really love you
100%.
guys. Like you really are fantastic.
Thank you. Like sincerely, that means a lot. And I'm sure you interact with a lot of musicians, so like having you say that means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah. No, you're welcome. You're welcome for sure.
And we're stoked that you guys are also interviewing our sister band, Natural 20, next week, I think.
Oh,
Yes, the other half of the occupants of the house. It's an incestuous little scene we have going on here.
It's our little home, 2 bands in the home. So.
I'm sure they'll say good things about you as well.
They better.
We'll let you know. We are coming to a close here. Just before we finish off with your last song, can you tell people where they can find you online and where they can look for your music?
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah. So personally, I put a lot of work into the Instagram account, so you should check that out.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. It's got a different style than most accounts, so click through some of the videos. They're fun. So our Instagram is I am the mountain music, but pretty much everything else is just I am the mountain. Like Facebook / I am the mountain. IamTheMountain.bandcamp.com. Bandcamp's a great place to buy or download music. If you want to check out Spotify, Apple Music, sure, those are great too. And then our website is IamTheMountain.ca.
Got some videos on YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube. Check the new music video is going to be coming out probably in the next few weeks here, so that'll be exciting. And then we are starting to record this next song you're about to hear with Pat Pilardi, probably like this week and next week. So that's going to be starting up really soon here too.
Nice.
Amazing. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, guys, for being on. We really do appreciate it. We love you guys. We love your sound. We love your image and everything about you. You guys are great.
Oh, Ben,
and Ben, making our hearts explode over here.
Guys.
You're too sweet. Thank you.
Awesome.
So this next song is called Overthinking Conversations, something that none of us are guilty of ever.
Oh, too much.
So you're going to get a bit of a sneak peek at the next recording project we're doing.
Oh.
It's still, music is an evolution. It never really stops. So what you hear now may be different than what you hear when we record it, but this is where it's at right now, and we're really proud of it. So Thanks for listening. Thanks for having us on your podcast. We'll do it whenever you want us to. We're looking forward to doing a basement session with you.
Awesome.
This has been great. Thanks for picking our brains a little bit. It's nice to be able to share our experience. So
this is Overthinking Conversations by I Am the Mountain.
Talking to you makes my head spin. Talking to you, it caves all my thoughts in. And when I feel like I'm losing control, I don't know, why talking to you makes me overthink conversations. Overthinking conversations. Just know I've got your back no matter what till the end. Oh. Cause when you're out alone, being yourself with your friends. Just know I've got your back no matter what till the end. I know sometimes it's hard to find the truth in this. Keep on trying to erase choices. Now I feel I can't resist. Got hold of me, I can't let go. I just can't let go. It's hard being yourself sometimes with your friends. And just know I've got your back no matter what till the We're Eye in the Mountain. Thanks, Basement Sessions. That was fun.
Thank you for tuning in to Calgary Basement Sessions.
If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps us out.
And please follow us on social media on Facebook and Instagram at YYC Basement Sessions.